Computers are a common thing I find dumpster diving. Like you might have saw the clip from this video here. There's some nice little dudes. A couple little gems. I figured we'd make a metal scrapping tip video out of it. So I usually do this outside or down at my storage unit, which I guess would also technically be outside. But I gotta be careful because my fish tank's right there. I don't know why I'm doing this inside. I just been procrastinating this video, and I don't want to delay anymore. I just want to get it done. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it tonight and get all this stuff out of my apartment. Anyways, this one's really easy to take the cover off of. A little knob. Actually, it just fell out. You just take that off there like that, and there's all the goodies down in there. And I'm gonna start by just trimming all the insulated copper wire out of there. So I'm just going to take my diagonal plier snips. You can't be a happy scrapper without a pair of them dudes. So if you want to get into this, that's tool number one as far as I'm concerned. That's a nice little handful insulated copper wire. Oh, I almost sneezed. When you mess with electronic waste, when you do this kind of stuff, I just recommend to do it outside. You know, I should be doing it outside. I'm about to sneeze and my nose is running. Just trying to dust. The dust that just came out of here, it got in my nose, and it's just bad. You know, just that kind of stuff alone. But so the next thing I'm gonna do, I go for the ram sticks. These dudes, this gold-plated teeth on there. They call them gold fingers. So I take them dudes out, and then there's only one in that one. Sometimes you look down there and there'll be, there might be like 4 in there in a typical computer. There'll be from 0 to 4 from my experience, and just a standard computer like this. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my screwdriver, and there'll be some screws in here holding down the motherboard. I just twisted those little screws out of there, nothing to it. I just lift this whole motherboard out like that. Alright, so if you notice a difference in this video quality compared to my other videos, it's because this is the first video I've done with my new GoPro action camera, and I don't quite got the hang of how to work it yet. I kept hitting the microphone holes with my finger or thumb, so the audio is not perfect. So it's not terrible, so I'm just gonna leave it. But that explains that for you. I won't do that again. I just sell all my stuff to boardsort.com. That's a real great site if you do this kind of stuff. And the scrapyards where I live buy this kind of stuff, so this is just a wonderful place for me. It's got all the different stuff, describes it, all the different prices. So that's a good deal. Those ram sticks, the current price on those is $14.25 a pound. So that's got the little chips and the gold finger. And the next thing I'll do, and this is such a bad idea for me to be doing next to my aquarium, so I just this is an awful setup. Next thing I'll do is I'll take this out. It's called a gold fingered card. See, it's just got the gold plate on there. It's got some little chips on there, and those are selling for current price is $2.80 a pound, and you get to leave that tin metal hooked on there too, so that's a good deal. And so the next thing I'll do is I'll go after the heat sink, take that off of there, and underneath there is going to be hiding the little gem, the little gold plated CPU. So I just took the little metal clampy deals off of there, and under there, look at that little dude. There he is. It's actually got prongs on it, so that'll make it a little more valuable. But it's got a metal plate on the back. Those are currently selling for $5 a pound. So that's about as low quality as you can find, with the exception of the kind that don't have the pins. But that's not bad. I mean, $5 a pound, that's not bad. The heat sink's high quality aluminum. Scrapyards should give you extruded aluminum for that. Aluminum. or as E-Waste Ben would call it, aluminium, which I like a lot. Alright, so there it is with the fan off the top. See all that dust in there? That's why you just want to do this outside, because you don't want to breathe that. And it's probably not going to be bad for you, but it'll make you sneeze and sniffle, and you just don't want to breathe that stuff regardless of what it is. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all these little bits of aluminum off of here. And when I take these bits of aluminum off of here, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just grabbing them like that with my snips and just twisting them off like that. That's it. It's just done. That's it right there. You always want to take this battery out. They don't want you to ship them that stuff with the battery in there. And so that's the motherboard right there. And what I'll do is to just make them stack a little better, I'll just take these pieces of plastic off here like that. Just take those off like that just so it'll sit a little flatter, make it a little easier. But that's it right there. And if you go to boardsort.com site and look at their list and description of stuff, small single socket board, and they're at $1.70 a pound, so that's not bad. You can see how this really starts to add up after a while. And the next thing I'll go after is the hard drive. It's got a nice little board on there, and see there's 2 screws hiding down in there. Just take those 2 screws out, and this thing will just slide right out of here real easy. Alright, so I just took the plastic off the front there and took the 2 screws out, and when you do that, the hard drive will just come sliding right out of there like that. The case is made out of aluminum, so you can take that board off of there and you get like aluminum breakage for the case. I just take mine to my local scrapyard. You can sell the whole thing to Board Sort. So you just take the board off of there, and actually the tool I need to take those screws out is down in my storage unit, where I should be doing this in the first place. So I think you get the idea though. Those boards sell for $7.50 a pound. Whole hard drive without the board is 35 cents a pound. But you know, you factor in shipping into that, and it just adds weight. So I just take them to my scrapyard and get aluminum breakage. I mean, you can do what you want, but. And the next thing I'm gonna go after is the disk drive, which is over here. Similar deal. Take out a couple screws, and it'll just slide on out also. Just slide on out like that after you get the screws out. Actually, that one only had 1 screw that needed to be taken out. Just gonna open it up, take this back plate off, 4 little screws. So I just took those screws out, nothing to it. There's the CD drive board. Those sell for $2.50 a pound. And this unit here, the actual CD drive, they'll buy those from you for 16 cents a pound. But that's nothing I'm going to add weight to my, my shipment. So I'm just going to throw that in my tin pile and take that to the scrapyard and be done with that, dude. And there'll be these ribbon wires in here. Sometimes they'll be gold plated. These ones here happen to be silver plated. So they're really not worth hardly anything. I mean, they're worth a little bit. And of course, if they're gold plate, they're worth even more. But, you can save them up and put them in with your gold plated stuff if you want. If you're selling it. A Board Sort doesn't buy that kind of stuff, but if you're selling your gold plated stuff on eBay or something, you can sell that kind of stuff. So they're always worth just putting aside too. And then there's the power supply, and you can take that out, and since I cut the wires off of it already, it's going to be 17 cents a pound at Board Sort. So that's not really enough to throw in my shipment. That'll just drive up my shipping costs. So I'm just going to throw that in my tin pile at my local scrapyard and be done with that, dude. If you got a scrapyard, a local scrapyard that you can sell this kind of stuff to, then it'd be worth it, to separate those out. But for me, there's no sense of shipping that across the country.
That's just it just adds weight, and that's bad. And the same goes for this dude here, the disc drive. I'm just gonna throw that in my tin pile too. I mean, it just adds weight and takes up room and just makes the shipping cost more. So it's not that big of a loss for me. But you know, if you got a local scrapyard that buys that kind of stuff, you'd want to separate them out. That's quite a gain. You'd probably double, triple your money probably.
But for a guy like myself, these computers, I really like them because they're easy to take apart. All you really need is a screwdriver and snips and a special little tool to take those funky little screws out. You can just do it so quick, just literally in a matter of minutes. I really like those computers. That's my favorite thing, the electronic thing to scrap. Yeah, so whenever you find one of these computers, it's always worth it because when you start cleaning the scrap metal, it just comes down to how fast, how quick you can do it compared to how much money you can make. And when it comes to these computers, it's a real benefit. You could throw the entire computer in your tin pile, or some places might just give you e-waste at like 2 or 3 cents a pound. Or you could crack it open and just in a matter of minutes take out all that, highly valuable really when you start getting pounds of it. So, yeah, this is good stuff. There's no way around that.
This is about as much as I do as far as scrapping e-waste. I mean, there's some other things I do, but I'm not real sophisticated with doing this kind of stuff. But if you want to see more of this type of stuff and someone who really knows their stuff, I'd have to recommend a YouTube channel called E-Waste Ben. That's 2 words. He's an Australian dude, and he's got a great accent. And if you live in America, you'll probably really like his accent. He's a lot better at this kind of stuff than I am. But he won't show you a giant goldfish like that, though. I can